Welcome, beloveds, to the first day of the rest of your life, and welcome to the first day of the best of your life. I am Astarius Miraculii, and today I have come to share a very important subject: the sacred apology to women and forgiveness. There are so many wedges that sometimes exist between man and woman, so much of a warring energy and conflict. And yet man and woman come together to reveal one another to each other. The opposite gender self is the access code to all of the mysteries. As you look at me, and you can see in my physicalness that I am a man, and yet I have a feminine aspect to who I am. And the female component of my being is invisible to physical sight, and therefore that is my access code to spirit, to all of the great mysteries and everything invisible. For a woman who can be seen in her physicality as female, her inner self or invisible essence of being is the male aspect, and therefore her access code to the great mysteries, to God. The opposite gender self is really the way back home. And so today is about helping to facilitate the ending of the war between the genders, which is simply self warring upon self. And so this is dedicated to all of the goddesses, all of the queens, all of the princesses, all of the sisters. Dear women, I have found great joy during the times that I've been your champion and been your supporter. And now, in order to champion and support you fully, I now take responsibility for the times when I dishonored you. I am so sorry. I apologize for every time that I crossed your boundary, was inappropriate, hurt you in any way, consciously or unconsciously. I apologize for every father, grandfather, and uncle, for every brother, cousin, and son, for every husband, boyfriend, friend, and stranger. Please forgive me. Please forgive us. I love you so much and honor you as the portal that has given birth to the whole universe. You have helped me and you have empowered me so much. Without you, my growth would be non-existent. To every being, on behalf of any man, any woman, any being, or anything that ever hurt you in any lifetime, I, as representative of every man, woman, being, and thing, apologize to you. By the grace of God, Goddess, and the whole universe, our being, we give back to you any power ever falsely taken from you by any man, any woman, any being, anything in any lifetime. And we hold sacred space for you to take back any power you ever falsely gave away to any man, any woman, any being, anything in any lifetime, calling back all of your fragments and soul pieces for your wholeness and your ascension, calling back all of my fragments and soul pieces for my wholeness and my ascension. From this time forth, I promise to treat you with the highest integrity and wishing you boundless joy and unstoppable ecstasy, with compassion dripping from heaven. Astarius Miraculii, on the part and on behalf of all men. Beloved Creator, God, Goddess Absolute, we come before your sacred throne of spirit and truth. On behalf of all men and all women, asking you, beloved Creator, to give us that spirit of forgiveness, that spirit of understanding, that spirit of taking responsibility, so that the wedge between the male and female essence can be removed and all of the wounds be now healed. God, Goddess, give us that power to bless the darkness, make it right and reverse the tide and free the light. Let us recognize, beloved Creator, that pain is an angel in distress, and the dishonoring is an angel in distress, and all of the discrepancies are angels in distress. And teach us to free the distressed angels. Let peace now be a prevailing force among all men and all women. Trust and forgiveness, the sacred twins. Trust brought you to this earth. To heaven, forgiveness are sins. The rage of resentment blocks the lessons you must learn, and the darkest of relationships then constantly return. The weapon of distrust breed the horrors of your pain, and distrustful ones will come to you until you trust again. Forgiveness is the master key, opening the cage to set you free from distrust, misery, pain, and strife, from those you feel have wrecked your life. Who can do a thing to you that you yourself did not create? Will you place blame outside yourself, or was it you who wove your fate? The past you reap, the future you sow, the present collects the debts you owe. If you had not the need, there would be no dirty deed. Much wisdom to be gained from the center of your pain. Forgiveness is a must, for it teaches you to trust. Suspicion is a hungry beast that rips away your inner peace. Let go now of past resentment toward fallen love of yesterday. If not, your past repeats itself and steals the joy of this great day. If you don't forgive the past, you can't trust the present, and you then attract the future, untrustworthy and unpleasant. Forgiving the past, trusting the present, making the future sweet and pleasant, blessing the darkness, making it right, reversing the tide, and freeing the light. And that was Trust and Forgiveness, which is from my book Miraculii, Song of Ascension. So let's talk about this forgiveness. So many people think that to forgive is a gift that you're giving to the person that you forgive, when in the greater sense, forgiveness is a gift that you give to yourself. Because when you forgive, you're able to remember the painful past in a good way. And then your soul is like a house that appreciates in value and can be sold for more money. You're able to then sell yourself into higher, more exalted, more pristine relationships. Forgiveness puts one in a receptive state to learn the things that are to be learned. Resentment is aggressive, and it's always pushing away, pushing away. You know, if you don't forgive the past, you can't trust the present. That's the power of forgiving. It facilitates you in the power of trusting. And when you are abundantly trusting, you become a magnet for attracting those who are abundantly trustworthy. But the forgiveness has to precede the trust. Trust and forgiveness are twins, and forgiveness is always the firstborn of those twins. For in the human experience, there must be forgiveness before there can be trust. And so let us champion the cause of forgiving, which is also our statement of taking responsibility for our lives. For we have created everything that we're experiencing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We don't create it all consciously. A great deal of what we experience is created from an unconscious place. Just like one who is terrified that they'll never be loved. And that fear and that terror becomes the unconscious creation of their lack of being loved. And so let's use the powerful balm of forgiveness as a healing balm to heal the wounds. I offer this sonic resonance to further facilitate this healing process. I love you, beloved sisters, beloved goddesses. I love you, beloved brothers, expressions of the man God. This is the time of ascension, for us to really resonate with that exalted gift of selfhood that God Goddess has given us. For we are the microcosmic container of the macrocosmic all that is. I offer these sonic frequencies to further facilitate this healing. All right, thank you so much for receiving that resonance. Again, I am Astarius Miraculii, and if you'd like to look further into what I'm all about, my website is astarius.com, ASTARIUS.com. And please pass this video along and share it with your beloveds and let it really facilitate the healing process for men and for women. I have a number of CDs which are also available through my website, and I'm also a very sharp psychic astrologer for those that may be interested in looking into your astrological chart. Be sure and reach out to me for that. And if you'd like to reach me directly, the number by which you can reach me is 928-254-9535. That's 928-254-9535. And I would be honored and would love to serve and empower you in any way that I possibly can. Many, many blessings up at the top. There's room for all. It's just the bottom that's crowded, y'all. Namaste.